Hey guys, this is Matt with Deep Woods Paranormal. You have to bear with me today. I'm still a little bit under the weather. As you can hear, my voice is a little bit raspy. And if you're watching the YouTube podcast, um, yes, I am wearing a brand new Deep Woods Paranormal hat. We have several of them on our store, so please feel free to go to deepwoodsparanormal.com and go to our store, and you can order hats and t-shirts and all stuff, kinds of apparel there. Anyways, so the Wendigo, we're going to talk a little bit more about this. It's probably going to be a kind of a short conversation, mainly because it's just me and Amanda's not here right now. But I'm sure she would be kind of interested in talking about this as well. So maybe in the future, if you guys like this podcast, let me know. Feel free to put some comments in there. Have you seen it? Have you experienced it? Friends or family. Did it kill somebody that you know? I know that sounds harsh, but these things are said to basically rip people apart, and I'll get into it in a minute here. Okay, so what is a Wendigo? Is it a man? Is it some kind of alien? Which a lot of people think it's some kind of gray alien. It's supposedly a hairless, could be some kind of a hairless albino Bigfoot. It could be something else like a demon or some kind of a spirit. These things are actually seen in the Great Plains region of Canada and the East Coast. A lot of the time up in the Great Lakes area. I've heard a lot of reports from up there now. I've read through quite a bit of stuff online doing the research on them. So this thing is basically like a very tall humanoid thing that, from what I read, it looks like a skeleton with skin just like very tightly pulled over its skeleton. There's no muscle, there's no fat. It's just basically like a very large humanoid creature. Supposedly, it's able to possess humans and essentially make them want to either murder somebody else or go and eat somebody else, like cannibalism, which is disgusting. So, supposedly, when you become a Wendigo or the Wendigo, just have they're always hungry. They're always hunting day and night, all times of the year. They're actually seen in the snow, completely naked, and they're said to just be kind of a whitish, grayish color. Some of them have hair, some of them don't. That's why I said maybe it's an albino Bigfoot. Maybe it's turned into eating humans because it isn't able to do anything else, or maybe it's just a really sick Bigfoot. Yeah, maybe that's the reason they're resorting to hunting humans, is because they basically are sick. And again, take all this with a huge grain of salt. This is just theory and some opinions and some research and drawing conclusions and stuff like that. You really need to draw your own conclusion. Like I always say, I don't think I'd ever want to run into a Wendigo. But if you have, or you've heard stories or whatever, you need to make up your own mind whether these things are real or not. Again, bear with me. So, let's see. People have reported getting cold right before they see the Wendigo. And like a cold breeze comes in or just gets cold around them. And this is mainly out in the forest. I don't think anybody's ever seen one in their home or anywhere else. It's always happens out in the forest. Kind of goes back to a couple of people in the military, and I don't want to bring the military into this, but that have told me, Matt, there's more than just Bigfoots and Dogman out in the forest. And if you really knew it was out there, you wouldn't go into the forest. So, I don't know. I don't know if they were just trying to scare me or mess with me, or they were actually being, they seem pretty serious, but who knows? Anyways, they're also seen to have antlers. They have these long antlers that come out of their heads, almost like a deer or an elk or whatever. Not sure what gives them this feature. I've heard of Bigfoots having them too, but like I said, I'm just not sure. I've never seen anything like that. I've never seen a Wendigo. People say if you're going to fight this thing, you have to fight it with some kind of fire. People have used flare guns to shoot at it and supposedly kill it. And then also they've used silver bullets, silver arrows supposedly will wound or kill this animal if you hit it in the heart area. These things are said to move extremely quickly. Again, just reminds me of a predator. They can see at night. They can smell. Their sense of smell is really good. But if you think about it, any creature that is out in the woods, I mean, if I went and spent like a year in the woods with no flashlight or anything like that, I would learn, hopefully I would learn, to be able to hunt at night again and to be able to see in the dark. Humans, unfortunately, have lost their ability to see it in the dark as good as we used to because of all the lights and stuff that are around our eyes have adjusted and stuff like that. I mean, if you look at Bigfoots, they seem to either have some kind of IR light around their bioluminescence around their eyes, which creates an IR light for them to be able to see, or their eyes have some kind of special bioluminescence or something in them so they can see, because their eyes always reflect. If you look at the cameras, whenever we've caught them on camera, if you go back to Joe's camp, you'll see their eyes blink. If you've watched Joe's camp show, amazing place, by the way. So many encounters up there. I mean, by encounters, I mean we saw Bigfoots, we experienced Bigfoots, and we can honestly say it wasn't anything else but a Bigfoot. Anywho, getting back to the topic. So I'm just imagining that their eyes must be super duper strong. Their sense of hearing must be strong as well. I mean, if you grew up in the forest, your senses are going to be a lot more in tune. You're going to be able to experience a lot more than normal people that don't live in the forest. Excuse me as I take a drink. Anywho, so supposedly these things also are able to mimic human voices. It's said that they can call like they're injured, like an injured person, call out like they're hurt or something like that. Again, another sign of a predator, and lure you into a trap pretty much. They have large claws. Again, maybe like a Bigfoot or maybe a dog man, that they're able to basically rip people apart with, supposedly. They found mutilated carcasses where flesh had been eaten off and stuff like that, and very large claw marks were also found. And they're probably not classified as Wendigo, Wendigo attacks, but for a paranormal investigator, if I'd have to rule out. Number one, I have to rule out the normal things. Was it a cat that killed it? Was it a bear? Maybe some kind of pack of wild dogs, or even maybe some kind of a excuse me, some kind of a coyote or a wolf. And you probably have to get somebody to really take a good look at that. Somebody who really knows what they're doing, wildlife person, and have them see if they can identify the marks. So let's see. All right, so basically that's the Wendigo. Again, I don't know if they're real or not. I would imagine, if I was going to look for this thing, I would definitely probably carry a gun, just in case I might carry a flare gun. I would imagine it's probably some kind of, if it's real, um, I would imagine it's probably some kind of a, I don't know, maybe a cross between a human and a Bigfoot, maybe. And maybe, like I said, maybe it's just sick, um, and that's why it's skin and bones, or it just hasn't. Maybe it's emaciated and hasn't eaten in a long time, so it's just resorting to hurting people to try and get some kind of food. Um, that would explain why it can mimic humans. If it lives in the forest, again, that just basically makes me think that it's got to have good night vision and hearing and sense of smell and all that stuff, um, to basically, be able to hunt and stuff like that out there. So, anyways, leave a comment down below, if you're watching on a YouTube channel. If you want to go over to our Facebook page, it's deepwoodsparanormal.com. I'm sorry, that's our webpage. Our Facebook page is Deep Woods Paranormal. You can look us up almost anywhere on there. If you type in Deep Woods Paranormal, it comes up all over the place. But, leave a comment anywhere. Let us know if you've seen one. Have you experienced one? If you're contacting us, you probably survived. And let us know, what you've heard, the stories you've heard about them. I think they're kind of interesting. It seems like a cross between a demon and a human to me, because some spiritual prayers and stuff seem to work against them as well. So we'll see. I don't think we're ever going to research this thing any further, but it is an interesting creature. And, like I said, I'd like to hear your comments and stuff. So thanks for listening to me ramble about this, guys. I appreciate it. You guys have a good day. I apologize for the short video and podcast. But like I said, I'm under the weather. So I think next week we're going to talk about Dogman a little bit and go from there. And every week from here on out, I think we'll kind of talk about different things. Hopefully I'll have Amanda with me next time so we can really discuss something cool. All right, guys. Appreciate you. You guys have a good one. Thank you again for your support. We really appreciate it. If you're watching the YouTube channel, please like and subscribe. We really appreciate your help in growing our channel. Have a good day.